Hello, my amazing students. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join our community of learners. Today, I have a very special video that I know will help you on your journey to becoming fluent in English. Whether you're just starting out or you've been learning for a while, one thing is clear. We all want to speak English more confidently and naturally. But how do we actually get there? What steps do we need to take to improve our fluency? In this video, I'm going to share some practical tips that can make a real difference in your English learning. These aren't just any tips. They're proven strategies that will help you speak with confidence, understand English better, and truly start thinking in the language. It's all about regular practice, smart habits, and immersing yourself in English as much as possible. So, if you're ready to take your English skills to the next level, grab a notebook, get comfortable, and let's dive into these tips that can change the way you learn English. First tip, speak as much as possible. One of the most effective ways to become fluent in English is to speak the language as often as you can. This is often the most challenging part for many learners because they fear making mistakes or sounding imperfect. However, it's important to realize that fluency doesn't mean speaking without errors. It means being able to express yourself confidently and clearly. You need to practice speaking regularly so that it becomes second nature. When you're learning a language, your brain needs time to process and become comfortable with the new sounds, words, and sentence structures. The more you speak, the more your brain gets used to forming sentences in English. Don't wait for the perfect moment to speak, as that moment may never come. Try speaking in English every day, even if it's just a short conversation or talking to yourself. You can practice by speaking with friends, family, or fellow learners. If no one around you speaks English, try speaking to yourself. Describe what you're doing, talk about your plans, or even try to tell a story out loud. This simple practice helps your brain become accustomed to English sentence structures, vocabulary, and pronunciation, which makes speaking feel more natural over time. Second tip, think in English. When you first start learning English, it's common to translate words or phrases from your native language into English in your mind. This is a natural part of the learning process. But as you advance, it can slow down your speaking and understanding. To become more fluent, you need to start thinking in English. This means that instead of translating word by word in your head, try to process ideas and concepts directly in English. For example, when you're walking down the street, instead of thinking, "I am walking to the store" in your native language, and then translating it, try to think, "I am walking to the store" directly in English. You can start small by thinking about simple activities you do throughout the day, like cooking, cleaning, or commuting. Over time, your brain will start processing English more quickly, and you'll be able to speak and understand it much faster. This helps you respond in conversations without the delay of translation and makes it easier to engage in real-time discussions. Third tip, listen to English every day. Listening is an essential skill for fluency. When you listen to English regularly, you familiarize yourself with how the language sounds, the flow of conversations, and the different accents and dialects. This exposure helps you understand English better, which in turn makes speaking and understanding easier. The key is to immerse yourself in the language as much as possible. You can start by watching movies or TV shows in English, listening to podcasts, music, or audiobooks, and even tuning into English-speaking radio stations. Try to listen to different types of content, from casual conversations in sitcoms to educational podcasts or news broadcasts. This will expose you to various accents, speaking speeds, and vocabularies. While you don't need to understand every word, try to get the general meaning of what's being said. The more you listen, the more comfortable you'll get with English, and you'll naturally pick up new words, expressions, and pronunciation tips that you can incorporate into your own speech. This exposure will also help you sound more natural when you speak, as you'll start to use phrases and expressions that native speakers commonly use. Fourth tip, practice with others. While speaking to yourself is helpful, one of the most effective ways to improve your fluency is to practice with others. Language is a social tool, so practicing with native speakers or other learners gives you the opportunity to apply what you've learned in real-life situations. Speaking with others helps you adjust to different accents, speaking speeds, and communication styles. It also gives you a chance to get feedback on your mistakes, which is essential for improving. If you don't have English speakers around you, there are plenty of online resources that connect learners for language exchanges. Websites and apps like Tandem, HelloTalk, or language exchange forums offer opportunities to speak with native speakers for free. This practice is essential because it simulates real conversations where you need to respond on the spot. It helps you feel more confident and teaches you how to use English in various contexts. Don't worry about making mistakes. That's part of the learning process. The more you practice speaking with others, the more fluent you will become. Fifth tip, be consistent and patient. Fluency doesn't come overnight, and it can sometimes feel frustrating if progress seems slow. However, consistency is key. To improve, you need to commit to practicing every day, even if it's just for a few minutes. Little, consistent efforts over time add up and lead to big improvements. Set small, achievable goals for yourself and stick to them. Whether it's learning new vocabulary, practicing a specific pronunciation, or having a short conversation each day, regular practice is essential. It's also important to be patient with yourself. Everyone learns at their own pace, and comparing yourself to others can lead to unnecessary frustration. Mistakes are a natural part of the learning process, so don't let them discourage you. Instead, see them as opportunities to learn and grow. As you keep practicing and stay consistent, you'll see gradual improvements, and over time, speaking English will feel easier and more natural. One of the most effective and enjoyable ways to improve your fluency is by weaving English into your everyday activities. The idea is to make English an active part of your life, so you're constantly exposed to it and able to practice even when you're not actively studying. This constant exposure helps you internalize the language, and over time, you'll find yourself thinking in English more easily. The more you immerse yourself in English, the more natural it will feel, and the quicker your fluency will improve. A simple yet powerful way to start is by changing the language settings on your devices, phone, computer, and apps. This may seem small, but it forces you to read and understand English throughout the day, even when you're just checking your messages or browsing social media. It's a simple shift, but it increases your exposure to English and strengthens your ability to understand it in different contexts. Another practical way to use English every day is by labeling objects around your home with their English names. For example, you can put sticky notes on things like your refrigerator, mirror, or door with the corresponding English words. This will not only help you remember vocabulary, but also allow you to see these words in your environment regularly, which strengthens your recall. It's a very subtle but powerful form of practice. You can also integrate English into your hobbies. For instance, if you love cooking, find recipes in English and try following them. Cooking is a hands-on activity, and following instructions in English helps you practice new vocabulary related to food, measurements, and cooking techniques. Similarly, if you enjoy watching TV shows or movies, consider turning on English subtitles. This gives you a dual benefit, helping you both hear the language and read it simultaneously, which strengthens your listening and reading skills. If you enjoy reading, try reading books, articles, or blogs in English. Start with content that interests you, like articles on topics you're passionate about, or fiction that you enjoy. Reading not only helps expand your vocabulary, but also improves your understanding of sentence structures and grammar in context. Keeping a journal in English is another great way to immerse yourself in the language. Try writing a few sentences or even a full page every day about your day, your thoughts, or your plans. This practice will help you think in English, improve your writing skills, and expand your vocabulary. Don't worry if your sentences aren't perfect. The important thing is to keep writing regularly, because this helps you develop your ability to express yourself naturally in English. By integrating English into your daily life, you are making it a habit. This consistent exposure and practice will increase your fluency gradually and help you use English confidently in various situations. Fluency comes with consistency and patience. The journey to fluency is all about practice. These 6 tips: speaking as much as possible, thinking in English, listening regularly, practicing with others, being consistent and patient, and using English in your daily life are the key elements that will help you improve. The most important thing to remember is that fluency doesn't happen overnight. It takes time, effort, and a commitment to learning every day. By following these tips and staying consistent, You'll be able to see progress, and over time, you'll be able to speak, think, and understand English more naturally and confidently. Stay patient with yourself throughout the process. Don't be discouraged by mistakes, because they are a natural part of learning. Instead, embrace them as opportunities to grow. The more you practice, the easier it becomes. As long as you continue practicing these tips consistently, you'll notice gradual improvements, and soon enough, fluency will become a reality. I really hope you found these tips helpful and that you feel motivated to start practicing them every day. Whether it's speaking more often, listening to English content, or using the language in your daily life, each step you take is bringing you closer to fluency. Remember, it's not about perfection. It's about consistent progress. If you have any questions or if there's a tip you'd like to discuss more, I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Sharing your experiences or challenges can help others in the community as well. So feel free to engage and share your thoughts. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to English Chronicle for more tips and lessons. I'll be here to guide you along the way, helping you grow your skills and confidence in English. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you in the next video. Keep practicing, stay motivated, and remember, every little step you take is progress.